from checked out
to checkout.
We're a couple of upstate New Yorkers with an eye for forgotten finds
and the elbow grease to turn them into one-of-a-kind treasures.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Mikaline.
And I'm Amber, and today on this episode we're going to show you how we turn this unique utility stool into a stool for our craft studio.
We have all the supplies we need to make these babies over, so let's go do it. I'll just separate them.
We jumped into this project by completely tearing down the stools to ensure adequate paint coverage.
So we picked up these chairs at a local picker's place out in Boston Lake, New York. Right down the road from us, basically. Should we tell people that? Stalker! This guy, he's super passionate about picking. He's got all kinds of stuff. Every time we go there, we find something new to pick up. So I noticed these on the side of the road. He's got them all lined up nice. I saw them, I was like, craft room, craft room. Had to get them. Shouldn't leave children unattended. Can't have my bolts, Amber. Disassembling. We probably should have paid more attention.
Our pieces, we didn't realize there were so many pieces to it, I don't think. Like, I didn't realize there was that many pieces to the stairs.
So I can't remember exactly how this goes together, so we're just winging it. Because I really don't know. Maybe these go in there? I'm not sure.
When you paint them, you don't have any idea where any of it goes anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna use these ordinary coat hangers, the wire ones that nobody ever wants anymore. But we're gonna use them, we're gonna undo them and then use them to hang some of our pieces to spray paint.
My whole yard looked basically like a slaughterhouse with just pieces hanging everywhere.
Is it harder with it hanging because it's blowing?
So we also learned that you need to sand. My dad was very upset with me. My dad works in auto body, so he sands cars all the time that are rusty. These were covered in rust, and my dad yelled at me because he said we should have sanded them longer. So now we learned we need to sand them a lot longer to get all the rust off before priming it. I thought maybe if we covered it in primer, and I asked the guy. Didn't I ask the guy? I asked the guy at Lowe's.
Never asked the guy.
I asked him if the primer would work, and he said yes, so I went with it.
Paint the black, it was just, you know, throwaway black paint. Should have went a little bit pricier on that, would have been more worth it.
I think the black was like 99 cents.
Yeah, we got all of that on sale.
We wanted to test it out and see, and it really isn't that good of a black. We had to, I think we had to spray it, like, I had to spray those little pieces like 20 times.
Not worth it. Just
So go with the more expensive stuff.
97-cent can versus...
This
is why nobody wants to tape anything off. Because it doesn't stick.
And then I got a champagne gold, beautiful. That cost me about $8 probably for both of them, not including the primer. And then the rubber for the steps. Mine didn't require new rubber, so I bought like the one that just goes on like a regular step, chopped it up to meet the stairs, and it's working just fine.
I went a little more expensive because I had to have the robin's egg blue and the copper.
Beautiful for the spring.
Fancy paints, yes. So I spent about $14 in paint and primer. We got a primer as well.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Oh my god, this color.
But I want to talk about your robin's egg.
My robin's egg blue is beautiful. You can't, hold on.
Tell them why you did that.
And I also did the back of this is all robin's egg. Okay, so I have robins. I had a robin's nest in by my front door, and every time I walked by, and I'd like check in there to see if there was any eggs, and there never was. And then finally there was. I was so excited. I sent you a video, a bunch of videos, because they hatched and fledged within like 2 weeks.
Crazy.
It was crazy. I didn't realize it was that fast. The foam I had already had, which my boyfriend wanted me to throw it away, and I said no, I need to keep the foam.
Beautiful. Now that'll give you a line to cut.
If you have any foam cutting hacks, please let us know in the comments. The fabric for mine cost about $6. I got 2 separate types. I got pleather for the base. I thought that'd be pretty durable. And then the back is just a nice, plain, clean white with gold palm trees on it. Remind me of home. And I love black, and I thought the black would be very durable underneath my hands. Unlike the usual upholstery job, this stool had special metal prongs to help secure the fabric. This was a bit challenging, but the prong method proved to be very secure. Fuck you!
I decided I don't like this project anymore. I also spent about $4 in fabric because I really didn't need much. I just needed it for the seat part.
Wow, I think I need to invest in new scissors too.
Amber, how long has it been since you crafted? Hey, worse off than me over here.
Glue. Blister. Ew. I also had to replace a couple bolts, or I can't even remember, but I think that they were missing, or I may have lost one.
I feel like we found them.
I feel like we found them afterwards, but I was like, no, I'm not taking these bolts back out.
And I love that we sprayed the bolts.
So after we were done spraying, when we assembled everything back together, it took us a lot longer than it probably should have because we didn't pay too much attention.
We will use this as a learning opportunity, okay?
Okay, here, wait, let me get it from underneath it maybe.
You better work.
Yes, it works.
These were cool finds.
They were really cool.
These were worth the effort. For a craft room, this was a no-brainer.
Yay!
What was your total?
That brings me to a total of $29.
29. So my total was around 30 bucks. So she beat me by $1.
We plan on beating the crap out of these things. These are our work chairs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we put in our hearts onto these, and I'm happy with them, marked
I
up
love
and
my
all.
chair. I use my chair all the time. I just used it the other day to get into my closet.
It's nice having those step stools.
It really
You don't
is.
realize how many times you pull your kitchen chair out to go into a closet
Yeah.
until you have a step stool to do it.
They're awesome. Like for any room. I think they mainly use them in kitchens.
And they kind of looked manly, so I guess that's where I got my first thought of
Like
tool,
in a garage.
But you're
Yeah.
right, you found that beautiful picture.
Yeah, and she was using it in her kitchen to get like the stuff up high in the cabinets. So
So we can use step stools too.
guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up.
And because we know how many projects you have waiting to get done, go ahead and do yourself a favor and subscribe to us. We'll show you how to do it. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Turkey vulture? There's a huge turkey vulture outside right now, and it's beautiful.
Welcome to upstate New York.
Yes, he's probably looking for my chihuahuas.